Alright, what's up, y'all? Just opened this little kit up. I must say, for a $30 kit, this is pretty impressive because it has pretty much everything I need. You know, got everything spread out, ready to go. Just gotta take it. It's got the little wire loom here, I guess, for when you run the power through the car. And got little connectors. You know what I'm saying? I got my fuse here. Pretty nice sized fuse, good for what I'm doing. A little clear ground wire for the amp, power wire for the amp, remote. Got my clear RCAs and a little blue speaker wire here. This is got the 8 gauge power wire. That's all I need for this little small, little 400 watt amp I got going on here. This is a nice little kit for all in the blue, and I got the remote wire. Nice little budget build here. So I got everything going, everything open, everything's ready to go. So the next step, should I say, is to mess with this power wire and try to figure out how I'm running this power wire through the car from the motor bay into the inside of the cab. So that's my next step. All right, y'all. All right, well, that was pretty easy. I lucked out, and this is going to be okay. Well, this is going to be pretty much next to impossible to see on this camera because there's no light down there. But luckily, there was a hole already down there. I guess when the stereo guys put my alarm in, they drilled a hole for the wires for the siren. Well, lucky for me, I mean, I was talking to them, telling them eventually I'm gonna, you know, do an amp and all this other stuff, but anyway, lucky for me, they drilled the hole big enough to where I can put my power wire right through it because it's just an 8 gauge wire. So I'm gonna feed this wire through, and that's the hard, you know, so I don't have to drill a hole. You know, that's the part I always hated. I hate drilling the holes, you know, because it's like, where do you drill the hole at? Even though the battery's on the opposite side over here, I'm just probably just gonna run the cable this way and over to the battery. I think I got enough cable to where it shouldn't be a problem because the kit came with 17 feet, and for El Camino, that's more than enough. So, all right, y'all. Let me finish feeding this wire through, and I'll pick it up later. Alright, what's up, people? I pretty much got the game plan going here of this whole power wire. As you see, I got it. The goal for me was I wanted to try to do it with using as little wire ties as possible. And I got it hooked up to where I probably only got to use the wire ties that came with the kit. Even though I got a whole drawer full of wire ties. That's not a problem, but you know, why use my wire ties when I can use the ones that come with the kit? Anyway, I got the power wire pretty much routed this way. Kind of just looped it through here, you know what I'm saying, and kind of stuck it through this little thing here. There's a bunch of wires already, you know, in there, so I just kind of, you know, push it on through there, which doesn't make it makes it look a little bit cleaner. And then I pretty much got it going through here and in the car through the little hole I was talking about earlier, and then I'm just gonna run it down along here. I gotta take this plate off and hide the power wire under the carpet here, but I still gotta unscrew the plate. So that's pretty much the gist of it right there. Just running it right along there. And my the amp, I'm not sure where it's gonna go yet, but you know, once I run it from right here, I still got a lot more wire to play with, so I can pretty much put the amp anywhere I want. So now my next step is I still gotta cut the fuse for it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use this or not yet, but I think my next step is the RCAs. I'm gonna run the RCA's on the passenger side. Run the RCA's and the remote wire. Okay, what's up, y'all? I had to take these the two side plates off. I got the power wire ran. I pretty much this side has already came off before. I could tell the way as easy it was to get the screws off because they probably took this off when they ran the wires for the 6x9s that I had installed. And you know, the carpet now, remind you, the carpet's not in 100% shape. I'm gonna replace the carpet eventually, but the power wire probably just got basically tucked in behind this kick panel and ran all the way down here, and then it's just sticking out right here for now because I'm gonna throw it back up there, hook the amp up. Now the other side was a little bit more difficult. I could tell this plate has never came out before because it was kind of rough getting these screws out. I just use a regular hand screwdriver. You don't really want to use a drill or a screw gun, you know, because if you strip it, then you know, then you're pretty much screwed. So especially with these older cars, it's easier just to do it by hand, take your time. The remote wire and the RCA's, basically I ran under the carpet here. I just pulled it up a little bit, and there ran through there. You can see a little bit of the RCA right there, but it's pretty much tucked up underneath there and hanging out and ready to go. So it looks a little rough now, but once I put the plate back on, you won't be able to tell. The next step of this is to open up this amp and get this amp out and figure out here exactly where this amp is going to go. Once I get the position of this amp where I want it, then I'll figure out where the ground wire goes, and that'll be the next stage of it. Alright, y'all, I'm on my way, halfway there. Alright, what's up, y'all? Unspoken Riders here. Got everything ran. I'm getting this amp hooked up now. Okay, let me get in here. This is not where the amp is going. I just got it sitting here because it's easier for me to hook everything up to it. Got the RCA's ran the right spot. From the factory, the amps are all, the gains are all down. I got all the EQ switched to the right position, the mono position and whatnot. I've already got the remote. Oh shit, it's so dark. I've already got the remote, the power, and the negative hooked up to the amp. And although the remote, the power wire, and the ground, although I haven't hooked the ground, I haven't actually ground the ground wire yet, and I haven't actually hooked the power wire up under the hood. But I got it almost ready to go. What I'm doing now is I'm at the point now where I want to get the sub mount up in the box. So just stripping the wires back, trying to get the speaker wire ready for that. So I just rolled everything down so I wouldn't forget it. The copper is a positive and the silver is a negative. That way I get everything straight in the box because I gotta hook the wire to this little plug inside the box, and then I gotta run a little wire out and hook that to the sub. So I need to get this little short one. I'm gonna cut a piece of wire off this long spool for that. So hook a wire from here to the sub, and then that way the wire, then the X wire go from here to the amp. So that's why I just wrote this down, so I make sure everything is in the right position. Once I get all this done, set the sub in there and screw it down. Alright, what's up, people? Got the sub wired up inside the box. It's funny because I've got actually a few pair of wire snips and high dollar wire strippers and stuff, but for some reason I can't find them, and I don't feel like, because the garage is a mess and I don't feel like looking for them right now. So since this is a budget build, I'm going old school way. I did everything with a razor blade. But there it is. Got the power negative hooked up in there. Got the power negative hooked up on the sub. It just kind of twists on there. I like how the JBL connections are. And now I'm just gonna drop the sub into the box, and the next step is screw the box down. So after I screw the box down, then I'm gonna strip the wire again and hook it up in here on the side, and then hook that all up to the amp. And then after that, it'll be ready, almost ready to fire up. All right, y'all. Pretty soon the 8 will be slapping. I need to find somewhere to grind this amp. So I lucked out, and there was a bracket right here that I already took it off. It's that bracket that's right there. That bracket was to hold the little lug wrench in place. But since I'm not using any of that anymore, I'm gonna take this bottom hole and use that for a ground. I already got the screw I took out of there for the bracket, and I'm just gonna use this little thing that came with the kit. Oh, there it is. Fits in there pretty good. So that's the key. I want a good ground, you know. So I'm gonna use this ground right now, but before I do that, I'm gonna take this little mini set grinder, sander / deal, and sand this down to bare metal so that's a good contact ground. All right, it's a quick little thing I want to speak on before I kept going. I got everything hooked up, ready to go. Everything's just loosely in there right now. Wires are everywhere. Nothing's really mounted down solid. That's why it looks all crazy. I got the amp hooked up, all the stuff hooked up on the amp. I got everything hooked up except the power wire. I got the fuse all hooked up, ready to go. I got the ring terminal on. Now all I gotta do is hook it up to that power wire. But before I do that, I want to, since the car battery was kind of low from the get-go, I want to start the car first, make sure that the battery is charging up and it's actually ready to go before I actually hook the amp up, and you know, put the face back on the deck and hook the deck up. I want to also, you know, start it and make sure the 6x9s are playing off the deck, and make sure everything's cool with the deck, everything's back the way it's supposed to be on the deck before I hook the power wire up to the amp. So for now, let me fire this bad boy up. So far, so good. Turn me up some more. The deck is working. 6x9s are working. So what I'm gonna do now, car's running. So I'm gonna shut this down right now. Everything's cool with the car. It's running, so I'm hooked the power wire up underneath there, the hood, and see if the amp comes on, the speaker moves. All right, let me do that and fade back in here in a little bit. Wish me luck, y'all. Well, should be okay. I hooked everything up. I've done this a few times, but all right, here we go. I'll fade back in a second.